Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we'll be making this beautiful corset top with a zipper and also everything I did to achieve this beautiful look for my bride. The sleeve pattern, the beading pattern, everything. So the first thing we need to do is to draft out our body measurements. I'm putting my shoulder measurement divided by 2. I'm using 1 inch for my shoulder slope. So I'll just connect all the points together. So I'm marking down my vertical measurement, which is my shoulder to nipple, shoulder to underbust, shoulder to waist, and the length of the corset top. So I'm just ruling the lines to make it more visible. See, I'm just noting all the points. So my bust span measurement is 8 inches divided by 2, which is 4 inches because my pattern is on fold. So I just mark that out. So my clients want her corset to be covered. So for the over bust measurement for my bust point, I came up about 4 inches. So I just ruled that out. So for my under bust tightening, the side facing the center front, I use 1 inch, while the side facing the side seam, I use 1.5. So I will just connect all the points together, connect it to my nipple. As you can see, I'm not stopping at my exact nipple point. I left about half an inch. So for my over bust measurement, I'm using 1 inch on both sides. So I'll just connect all the points together. My bust bridge, I'm using half an inch, so I'll just square that out. And before I forget, the measurement I'll be working with is already snatched. Like I've done my calculation and deducted how much I want to snatch from my waist measurement, because that's the only measurement I need to snatch. I don't need to snatch my bust, neither do I need to snatch my hip. So it's just my waist I need to snatch. So for example, if I'm working with waist 35, I can decide I want to snatch 6 inches or 5 inches out of my waist measurement. So 35 minus 5 inches for the snatching, which is 30 inches. So I'll be working with the exact 30 inches waist measurement, not 35. I hope that makes sense. So I've already deducted my inches for the snatching, so I'll be working with the exact snatch inches, so I'll not be snatching anything. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, back to my pattern. I just ruled out my 1.5, which is the difference between my front and back measurement. So I just connected it to my nipple point. Then I'll just impute my body measurement, skipping the dots. Yeah, I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for my 1K subscribers. Jesus. I remember a while ago when I made a video thanking you all for my 50 subscribers. So now this is me saying thank you for my 1K subscribers. It's been an amazing journey thus far. I thank you all for your comments, for your response. And I remember some of my comments, people were saying my videos were too fast. So yeah, this is me making a slower video. Just know that I take all your comments seriously. So I really appreciate you for your likes, for your comments, for your share. Say thank you. So let's keep it going. So, and if there's any way you think I can improve, or if there's any tutorial, please just let me know. I'm open to your remarks, your comments, and we'll grow together. So yeah, thank you. And now back to our pattern. My neck depth, I think I use 4 inches, while the width is 3 inches. So my front pattern is ready. So for the back pattern, I'm just repeating the same process I did for the front. The only difference is my back pattern will be 1.5 inches shorter than my front. This is what I'm trying to measure out. Yeah, I'm trying to show you that my back piece is 1.5 shorter than the front. So the back piece, I'll be cutting two parts out of it. The one for the lace while the other one for the corset lacing inside. So now I just marked out my bust span measurement divided by 2, which will be my line for my dart. So I'll just go in by 1/2 inch on both sides. I'll connect all the points together. This 1/2 inch on both sides, which is together 1 inch, I'll be replacing it by the side seam, because I said earlier my pattern is already snatched. So I'm just marking out my body measurements. So by the waist, I'll be marking my measurement. Then you see I'm replacing the dart I took out because I don't need to snatch the waist anymore. So this pattern will be for my lace pattern where the zipper will be, and also the pattern where the corset lacing will be. So now this one I just finished drafting is for the one with the zipper. So now I'm trying to get the one for the corset. So this is what I'm showing you, that this part now will be where the lacing bar would be. So I'm coming down from my chest line about 1 inch. I'm connecting it to my armhole. So this new pattern now will be for my lacing bar, which will be inside. So I'll just connect my armhole and my neck, excuse me, and my neck depth of 1 inch and neck width of 3 inches. I think I later went down and did it maybe 1.5. So I'll just cut everything out, then use my tracing wheel and trace out the pattern for my lacing bar. So just watch carefully what I'm doing. So I'll just bring out a fresh paper to trace out the inner pattern. So I'll just carefully trace out everything, the waistline, and rule all the lines I need to rule out. So I will use my ruler and highlight all the lines I just traced out. So this part is the part where my boning channels will be and my lacing bar inside of the corset. So I'll just label all the parts together because I'll be cutting it open. So this is how my pattern will look like. So I added 1 inch for the waist snatching. Since the lacing, I will not be cutting it through, so I will remove that 1 inch I added for the waist snatching. I'll take it out from the waist. Just watch what I'm doing. So I'm taking out the darts from the center back. so that it will allow my zipper to relax nicely on my client's body. So yeah, this is the part with the zipper. This is how I'm cutting it. So I'll just cut everything out, leaving half an inch for my zipper allowance. And also half an inch for my side seam. I'm just notching the waistline. So yeah, this is my sleeve. I've cut my sleeve so that I can start beading it. So what I do here, I like to interface my material before cutting out. So for the front piece, I added extra 1 inch for my, instead of the 1 inch sewing allowance, I added extra, which making it 2 inches. I wanted to change the style line, but I later trim it off to the actual 1 inch allowance. So yeah, I've started joining all my pieces. This is my cup. So this is how I'm just stitching everything down. So I'll just go ahead and join all the pieces that need to be sewn together. So while pressing, I like to get a crease line at the middle of my corset to serve as a guideline, so I'll know where the center of the corset is. So yeah, with my tailor's hammer, I'll just give it a nice press. I have a tutorial on my channel on how to make a tailor's hammer. So it's a very handy tool and simple to make. So please check my channel, you see it, so that you know how to do it if you haven't already. So after pressing it down, I like to go in with my interfacing to hold the seams down, also to give it that round shape. See how the tailor's arm is helping me get a nice curve. So I'll do the same thing for all of the pieces. Yeah, I've gone ahead to iron my side seam down, held it down with my interfacing, so everything is looking flat. So this is my boning channel for my bust caging. So this is what my boning channels will look like. So I added a tool on top of my fabric on the front part. So this is how my cup is looking like. I've gone ahead to trim off to clean up the cup, and everything is looking nice. So this is my back pattern. So I'll just stitch everything down. So yeah, my front corset is almost ready. It's time for me to join the front piece to the back piece. So I'm just checking to see if there's anything I need to edit. So this is how I'm joining the lace. So I'm just placing my lace pattern right side facing the right side of my corset. Then I'll place the inner pattern where the lacing bars will be. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other side. So I'll just go ahead and stitch it down and press the seam open. So this is what you have. So this is what I have. So this is the part where I'll insert my zipper. So this style is good when you have your client on ground. You come and you do the fittings. But my client is not, I'll be making a way build for the dress, so I don't have somebody to do the fittings for me. So I'll be doing the fitting on my mannequin. But it's good to have someone of the same body size to do the fitting, so you will adjust everything that you need to adjust. So yeah, I'm just checking my yoke if it's still aligned, and yeah, I'll just cut it out and attach my yoke. So this is what I'm telling you. After I finish joining, I noticed that I have excess fold at the back of the lace. This is where you're supposed to have somebody fit it for you, or you do it on your mannequin, or you have your client coming for fitting. And since my mannequin is not a pinnable mannequin, I'll be using my masking tape to help me do the fitting. So I'm just pinning the excess, pinning everything out, smoothing it, and sending the excess to the upper part where the shoulder is. You can see the way I'm pulling the lace. This is what you should do, because at the end of the day, you don't want any wrinkle. You want everything to be nice and flat on your client's body. So now I have my excess. I'll be trimming it out and reshaping my armhole, my shoulder, my armhole, and my neck line. So with my masking tape, I'll just hold it in place and repeat the same process on the other side. You see, it's looking better. So I'll just spin it, spin it, spin it. Make sure I don't have wrinkle. And pin the side for the zipper allowance. But my client is bigger than this, my mannequin, so I'll be leaving a little allowance for my joining when I'm attaching my zipper. So this is the initial zip I wanted to put, but since I'll be sending the dress over and I don't trust this type of zip, so I went ahead and put the regular zipper, which I think is stronger. So yeah, I'm just pinning the zipper allowance out to see how it will look like. So you see, it's looking better. So this is how you adjust your back panel if your client is not available for fittings. You can see no wrinkle, everywhere is looking nice. So this is my beading pattern for my sleeve. I've done one of the sleeves, so I'm just checking it out. So I've gone ahead to attach my sleeve, attach my zipper, and this is what you should have. See, I told you my client is bigger than my mannequin, so the zipper is not really tight on my clients, on my mannequin, because my mannequin is smaller. So this is the zip I did not fix. I later use this other zip that I think is stronger. So it's time for me to attach the skirt to the corset. So I've marked out my waistline. I use the pencil because of the white. I don't want it to leave a stain. So I'm just using the crease I created from my ironing on the corset top as a guideline to cut out my V for my skirt. So now I'll be aligning the side seam of the skirt to the side seam of the corset top. So this is what I have. So I'll just cut one side and use it as a pattern to cut the other side. So I'll not be sewing the skirt to the back piece because I already cleaned up the waist of the back. So this is what I have for the back. So I'll just be stopping by the side seam. So this is what I'm showing you. I'll be stopping my stitching at the side seam. From the front to the side seam, the back will be open. So I've trimmed out one side. I'm using it as a pattern to cut out the other side. So I've gone ahead to stitch it down. So this is what I have. So for my beading pattern, this is the initial pattern I wanted to go for. So I'm just marking out my style line, how I want to bead it. So this is what I was able to achieve, but I later changed the pattern. So this is the style. It wasn't bad though. So I'm gonna head to mark out the beading pattern on my bodice, which I did not use. I later changed it and lose everything out. So yeah, this is me loosening my whole day's work of beading. So now for my cone on my breast, on the other side of the cup, this is the pattern I'm using. I did not have the exact measurement because it was just a freehand. I will just cut it, and when I measure, if it's not enough, I trim it off. So it was just a freehand measurement I did. So I will just shape it and shape it and shape it until I get my desired shape I want. So after I'm satisfied with the shape, I'll just go ahead and transfer it to my already interfaced material. So I'll just cut out all the pattern. So yeah, I'm just straightening the lines. So before I cut, I just went ahead with my tape to make sure I have the sides are equal. So I'll just go ahead and cut multiple pieces and sew it round and pull it, leave a little space for me to pull it out. So for my other sleeve, this is the pattern I did. There was no measurement. I was just using my free hand to shape it. So at this point, it was still big, so I went ahead and reshape it. So this is my cone for my cup, for my other breast cup. So I've gone ahead to turn it, and I'll be using my wax glue to get the cone shape. So I did about 6, but it was not enough. I later made more and fill the space. So I'm just trying to create the shape. So this is it. So yeah, this is me adding more to the cup. So yeah, I've started my other beading pattern, and this is what my beading pattern is looking like. So to cover the tip of the cone I just placed on the cup, so this is the pattern I'm using. Also, it's a freehand pattern, there's no measurement. So I just cut the slightly curved paper and place it on my mannequin and try and reshape it. So I'll be using my pin to get the actual shape I want. Because the pattern will be running from my upper bust to my under bust, that's why I cut it slightly curved so that it can pass through my under bust. So from now, I'm just shaping it. You can see the part I'm lifting up is the part I'll be cutting off. So I'll just bend the part I don't want and pin it. So yeah, this is the shape. I'll just go ahead and pin the other side close to the armhole and shape it too. So at this point, I'm almost done with my beading, but I still have work to do. So I'm just making sure the shape is okay. So this is what I have. I'll just take it off and trim off the excess and cut it on my fabric. So this is the shape for the sleeve. So I'm just making sure it's okay, but when I did, it was still big, so I went ahead and trimmed it a bit. Initially, I wanted it to be on one sleeve, but when I finished and I placed it, it was not balanced, so I did another sleeve for the other side. So this is the shape, and this is the shape to cover the underbust. So I'll just go ahead and trim off the side I just folded. So this is the shape for my sleeve. So I'm using this bobbin net to help stabilize it. I don't want it to be too stiff yet. I don't want it to be soft. So I think the bobbin net will just give me the effect I want. So with my hemming gum, I'll just fuse it to my fabric. So I'm just fusing it to one part of the sleeve of the pattern, because I want the other side that will be the face of the sleeve to be easy to bead on, because I think if I put that bobbin net on both sides, it will be difficult for me to bead on. So I've gone ahead to weave the edges round. So this is what I have. So I'm just trying to create a beading pattern for the sleeve, but I later did not use this pattern again. I did something else. So I've gone ahead to attach the other part I did to cover the cone on my underbust. So this is what I have, and my beading is almost done. I've gone ahead to bead it and added some studs. So this is my sleeve. So I'm gone ahead to bead it round. So here we are still putting some studs on the sleeve, and this is what my dress looks like at this point. See the beading. So yeah, I've gone ahead to attach the sleeve on one of the hand, and when I checked, it wasn't too balanced, so I went ahead and made the one for the second sleeve, and this is what my dress is looking like. I'm gonna ahead to drape my wrapper. It's just a simple wrapper, that's why I did not create a tutorial. I just pull everything to one side and I just stitch it down, so nothing serious, it's just a simple pattern. But if you want me to make a tutorial on how I did it here, just let me know in the comment section. So at this point, we've come to the end of this video, and this is how the back piece is looking like. See my zipper and my lacing bar is inside. This is how the wrapper looks. It's just a simple draping pattern. Just pull everything to one side and stitch it down. So yeah, the inner of it is a corset. So you can pull everything out completely. See, the entire back piece is not attached to the bag. I'm just showing you. I stopped my stitching at the side seam. So yeah, you just open it completely and wear your dress and lace it and zip it up. So thank you for watching.